know, there'll be like a
Ambulance.
person getting like slapped in the face with like a hot slice of pizza, and like I'm just trying to talk about some like CROs.
She said roaches in the background. What do roaches? What do roaches sound like in New York, bro? That's crazy. ASAP Ferg said that I gotta shut the window because New York don't know how to be quiet.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you guys hear it on Spaces too. Like it's just awful.
Sound like a Grand Theft Auto soundtrack.
Hey man, we about to do another night of hyping up these shoes, man. How many nights?
What shoes?
The light up shoes. The light up shoes.
Goddamn kids and their damn light up shoes.
Hey, I'm surprised
Damn shoes.
minutes long. I was like, wait, why is
No,
it? You said
no,
showing off the
no,
lights is
no,
2 minutes long.
no.
No,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
don't do what?
Don't do it. You know what? You know what?
The light up CRL shoes?
Oh, thank God. God.
Shadow is Shadow wearing Adidas right now? Kiro came up so quick.
Hey man, Angel Vows are 3 point something. I forgot. Get them while they still hot. Because you know, as soon as they put out one photo, you guys gonna lose your minds. Oh my God, they said something.
Yeah. Yo, how many do you have for sale? Okay, first of all. Second of all, no.
No, I ain't got nothing for sale. How many do you have for sale? That's the real question. I'm trying to figure out who this dude is. You know, hold on. Let's talk about this real quick, bro. This asshole, and I'm sorry if it's semi in here. I'm just calling it how I see it. So, you know, the shoes are like 13. And then they like rise for some reason, I guess, because people buying the floors. The dude gonna move his whole bidding collection up by like, I don't know, but he makes sure he stays on top. It's almost like you might as well just let this dude like win 7 more bids because he ain't going nowhere. It's like, you know what? Forget this dude, man.
It's a bot, just
Pump.
so you know.
You're fighting Pump right now. You are fighting
Pump,
against
for real?
Pump.
Pump, just let me get one, bro. Like just one. You getting like one a day. That's gonna take another week for you to get
Bro,
shoes.
you're not
If
getting
you
no
come in
vials,
here
bro.
and you talk about it every single day.
Yeah, no shit.
I
Huh?
tried
to tell him.
single
I
day,
told him.
bro.
He didn't want to hear me when I
Every day you
said it.
do this, man.
I
I'm
told
trying
him.
to warn you
I
because I
was
always try and warn people.
first. You brought it up.
No, you were just about to bring it up. That's why I came up. I was actually enjoying smoking a backwood here and having a bit of cold coffee.
Coffee. Ain't it like
Yeah, I'm eating like a $90 chocolate bar right now that somebody gave me as a gift at lunch today. It tastes really good with the coffee, man.
if you drink coffee after 12 p.m., you a different breed.
Coffee puts
Bro,
me to sleep.
do you see how fast I came up here? Of course I'm a different breed. I'm not that guy.
12 p.m. It's like the morning. What are you talking about?
Bro,
That's what happens when you can slither around. He's just slithered his way up there. Just
if I
wait.
drink coffee, my body like acts like it's about to have like a heart attack or something. My hands start shaking. I start cold sweating. My body rejects any foreign substance that's not water or liquor. So, yeah.
Listen, there's only 34 orange lizards in the collection. Okay, I'm one of them.
Is it 34?
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah,
What?
yeah,
Until more vials get popped open. For now.
yeah. No. I don't think. Maybe it goes to 40 of them total, max. Maybe.
Nah.
And that's optimism.
Don't even mess around with
That's
vials, man. I mean not vials, those boxes.
if I buy 3 vials, I'm expecting to get all 3 of them that are left or whatever's going on here.
No,
I
I'm
don't
talking
expect anyone else
boxes.
to get them.
Those boxes are such a like, ooh, you might get an alien vial. There's one more left. And when you open it, it's going to be a robot or a human. That's it. I've opened that. If I did not buy any monolith boxes, I probably would have 2 clones right now. Because when I check my wallet, I've opened, I think, 5 or 6 monolith boxes, but I only got 1 clone. That don't even make any sense, especially when they're like 0.4. So yeah, I'm gonna just stop gambling and just take those L's, because all I'm opening is robots and humans.
I'm trying to tell y'all, just stack clones. Over here
Bro,
buying monolith boxes.
I don't know. I use the Sign
Monolith
Plus
boxes are for gamblers.
with I just calculating with that buy resell at the top and then buy backing after. That's kind of like what my plan's been.
And then the artifact team hasn't opened anything in like 9 months, and then they pull a Murakami file, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of heated. I was like, shit, bro. God damn it. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that was a good demonstration, because they were probably showing some Nike execs or somebody. They were like, look, this is what we about to do with the dunks. This is what we got so far.
Bro, that's impossible. It's provable on chain that is completely random.
No,
There's no way to guess which one is next.
How many did they
they
open?
opened like
That day?
8.
8 straight?
Yeah, it was like boom, 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 boom. So they must have like been showing some people or something. Or actually, I think they said that. I think they said we were cracking open some vials with some Nike people, and we ended up pulling the Murakami, and it went just straight into the vault where
Yeah,
all the.
he did set up.
So Randy had like 30 of these monoliths, and he opened up like 28 of them, and they're all like humans and robots. So we were in Miami, and he wanted to open one up with like everybody. So he had everybody circle around, and he opens it up, and it was a human, bro. Like he pulled 30 humans and robots, damn near. And then you got other people who opened their first one and got a Murakami. Like I don't know, it's just random, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I got an undead out of my 1 monolith, so I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Tevy always talking about how he never had any wins, bro. But him and Pumpisha got wins left and right. Like Kuro too. Like I don't want to hear nothing from y'all, bro.
so I would say this: it's gonna be funny coming back to this when Animus starts popping off, especially if that's randomized too. But I would say this: I can't really complain because I did get a mid tier. I did my first monolith I opened was an angel vial, but ever since that angel vial has just been human, robot, human, robot, human, robot. That's it. So I can't imagine buying 30. I'm sure he's fine, but I can't imagine buying 30 and opening up only humans and robots. I would have stopped after like 10 and just floored the rest of them. He got something I don't have, because I give up pretty easily if that happens to me, bro.
Yo, Cass, man, I see you.
Try. He's like, I picture this isn't what happening, but I just picture him with his bike frame on his shoulder, just walking down the street to the nearest bike shop right now.
Oh man, I try to.
Hair in it, combat boots on.
I'm trying to
everything.
remain
Where's this
composure
picture?
too,
Like,
man.
I don't see a picture.
Oh my goodness, this is. I'm sorry.
Yo,
man.
hey, you just gonna violate me like that? You just gonna sit here laugh in my face? not even
I'm
offer
sorry.
condolences?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro. It is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, they hit the lick, bro. So for those who aren't in the LA iMessage chat, the great place that I live in, which it is cool. It's a dope place, but somebody went into the bike room and just decided to take the wheels off my bike tires. So I came in getting ready to go to the gym. I'm like, I got to get outside. We got to do this. And I just look and I start dying laughing because, like, it's just like, bro, they just literally jugged me for no reason. And they're like, they couldn't even take the bike off. And the best part is, if y'all see in the picture, I'll post it too so everybody can see. But in the picture, they took the bike pump and it clearly looks like they tried to pump up the tire. And it's funny because I know I hid the bike pump. So they was like, they grabbed it, pulled it out, checked to make sure my shit was good, then took off with it.
They pumped the tires before they jacked the tires, man, and left the frame, man. Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. That is crazy. LA is crazy.
Why is there just a random tire sitting next to your bike? Is that one of them?
I think that's from an old victim, dude. That's been there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god!
been there for a
They
while.
took his frame and your tires, bro. That's what happened.
Yeah, so that's it's starting to make sense. You know, somebody obviously was down a set of bike tires. They needed to come up. They saw mine looking nice and crispy because I did just get the back one reading. I just had to get a new one, so it was like literally Sunday. I just had a flat tire coming back from the gym, had to get it replaced, and it's just super funny that I got jacked. Life comes at you in funny ways, man. I don't care. It's always good. I think this is like the lowest tier. The one thing I've been the most salty about getting stolen from me when I lived in Atlanta, I had for the music people, orange guitar amps. I had one sitting in the back of my trunk in my car, and it busted my windshield, took everything and that, and I was so sad because I was like, damn, I really like the way that sounded. But
No, that's tragedy right there. But this bike tire robbery, oh man, real tears. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm with you. We together on this, man. Sheesh.
Just laughing at the situation, not at you, Cass. We're right there with you, side by side, feeling your pain, but trying to make light of it so we can all make it through.
Oh,
You know,
bro, you know what? I got some. I got you. If you need some extra tires, I got some sitting in my garage, man. For real. So I'll help you with this one, man. But damn it, that's funny.
I got my whole ass bike stolen when I was a kid. It was like a brand new bike I got for like my birthday or Christmas. And somebody came and stole it, dude. They spray painted the whole thing, and it was a bright colored bike, but I saw the paint through the black spray paint. Like a few months later, I'm at this random store, and I see it. You could see through they only did one coat. You could see my bike through the spray paint. I restole my bike from them, so I had stole my own bike back from them with a fresh paint job.
That's how you do it, bro.
So maybe, yeah, bro. I didn't even feel bad, dude. I have to steal my
That's
shit right
right.
back from you. You borrowed it for 2 months. That's
Got
what you
your
did.
ass.
and that's how the legend Compound was born. Y'all, that's an origin story if I ever heard one.
You
Dude.
gotta go
How'd you
get it
know it
back.
was
You
your
know,
bike?
crushing it. What's up?
How'd you know it was your bike though?
Because it was my bike. You could tell. You ever seen somebody just like spray paint a bike when they steal it, and you could see the whole ass bike underneath it? Underneath, they leave one coat. They left like the original stickers on it, so it was just stickers with the black. Bro, it was so bad.
He said,
Yeah, I
"It's
stole
my
that shit
bike
back
now.
so
If
quick.
it wasn't my bike, it is my bike now." That's what he said. Run it, cuz that's me right now. My...
I
Dude,
need this sound bit of Compound just now saying, cause it was my bike. That was mad funny.
you know your bike when you see it, even with one layer of black spray paint on it. You're like, yeah, that's my
It's my
bike.
bike, baby.
I want to see if how I never saw how they looked when they came out of the store and realized they got their shit jacked, rejacked, unjacked. You know, I don't even know the term
That's
for it.
called good business right there. You got to do it, especially if you know somebody who got your stuff, man. Somebody stole my brother's Beats out of his car in high school. We found out who it was. My man went to their house. Like, yo, I'm gonna need my Beats. Dude gave him back. Like, all right, hold on. Got him and gave him back. You gotta run it, man. What you think this is, cuz?
Nah,
I
Dre's family too big too. You know he was real scared.
100%.
He said, "Oh, my bad."
100%. My brother is 6'5", bro. He like 6'5", 250, 260.
He said, "Wait, your
Said,
beats? Oh yeah, these. I cleaned them
just a
for you,
moment,
sir.
just a
Of
moment. Let me
course."
get him. Let me get him. Super funny.
I was the only white kid that grew up in my neighborhood, and they would fuck with me, dude. So one time they stabbed all my tires, like all four of my car tires, bro, and with the sidewalls too. So I had no air in my tires. I had to go to a basketball game. That weekend, I went like your brother. I went knocking on the people I thought would be house, and one of the friends snitched on who it was, dude. Like we had him right there outside, and he snitched on his friend, dude. That's how I ended up finding him.
Yo, you telling me Compound? You Mark, man? We rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us, bro.
There's a lot of tan divas in this building, or in this stage. I think that's hilarious. That's the funniest thing I've heard on a Spaces, Shadow. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't even know what he's saying, bro.
It's more the same.
Somebody posted
It's more the same.
a GIF.
No, man, you gotta run it. You gotta run it, bro. You ain't no way I'm gonna know that you done this to me deliberately. You gotta run that, bro.
They never stabbed my tires again, I'll tell you. They fucking left my car
That's
alone,
a fact,
bro.
man. You got to.
I don't know. I didn't have to deal with any of this. My older sisters are crazy, and so is my older brother. So I never had anyone fuck with my shit.
Bro, it's like it must be like growing up in California or something. It's like
I was in Ohio,
damn.
bro. So I don't give a damn where I'm living. You ain't gonna. I can't know that it's you who've done this to me and think that I'm just gonna know it and leave it be. Like, nah, nah. Thought wrong, buddy.
Bro, my sister one time, this girl, like, I was just walking down the street and this girl, like, spit in my direction. And my older sister was walking me home. I was a little kid. And, like, she just grabbed this girl by her hair and dragged her down the street. Like, it was fucking crazy. I'm scared of my older siblings. They tell me to do something, I just do it. I ain't playing that game.
Are you sure you're
I'm not that guy.
from Philly? Because that's the type of behavior that I grew up looking at out my window at. That was like the
I'm
exact.
from Toronto, close enough.
I know, but no, that's not close enough.
Toronto's the Philly of Canada, is what they say.
It is, yeah, it is close enough, and it is.
I was about to say, do they say that for real? What the fuck?
Yeah, they say that. They say that. Yo, yeah.
So that's what Six God means this whole time? Is that what?
He's the Philly of Canada.
Yeah, all I know is Scarborough is a fucking weird, dangerous place. I don't like it. I'm not particularly
Why
fond
would
of
anybody
it.
want to be the Philly of anything besides Philly? Like, what's the thing to me?
Hey, I put respect on the blade, so you guys are gonna put respect on the
respectfully, why would you want to be Philadelphia anything? Respectfully.
Says the guy from Ohio.
You could be Sophie Max.
Respectfully, Sophie Max. Respectfully.
So if you're gonna let someone from Cleveland talk to you like that?
Lake Erie.
Is Cleveland even a city,
man,
bro?
Cleveland
Hey,
is the city.
that's where Bone Thugs and Harmony is from.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, Kid Cudi.
Don't disrespect Cleveland, yo.
Cleveland rocks, baby. LeBron James. We gonna do this?
You know how that story went, bro. Come on now.
I mean,
come on now.
you gotta
That 70s
start
show.
somewhere.
Where's Cass from? It's like from the Midwest, like Nebraska or something.
New Jersey.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say I grew up in. That's where I call home, but I lived in Georgia for long enough that, like, yeah, that's also a place I feel like I know. And Atlanta's an interesting place. You can see all sorts of things down there. Everything from the rednecks to the real inner city shit. So it's a very interesting place.
That is a fact.
Diversity.
I'm gonna have so many Canadians mad at that comment. So yeah, you just put it on the timeline. Toronto ain't the Philly of Canada. Don't disrespect us like that.
Yeah, they're gonna say something.
Hear this? Got a comment. I need the Toronto people to chime in here. Choose a side.
You see what human
There was a
PTs
time
do?
period.
They come in
I
and just
chose
create
the opposite
chaos.
coast.
It's like, choose a side.
Toronto.
Like, it's not about WAGMI no more. Pick a side.
It's always been about WAGMI. We all got mental illnesses from all the bullshit that we got fed during the bull market.
The best definition ever.
Look at who's left. Look at who's left. Never forget who's left, okay? There's a lot of people that left the space, and a lot of silly projects, but there's very few companies that stayed and kept building and communities and stuff. You know, luckily we're one of those communities that didn't give up, man, because I don't know, man. It's going to look good in 5 years. That's all I know.
Now we got shoes that light up, and we're going to a shoe show next week. I don't know if y'all know this, but LA is the Philly of California.
Hell no, bro.
I'll be the one to decide if that's facts. Literally in a week, so time will tell.
LA is the Cleveland of Ohio.
New York is the Philly of New York State.
Oh my god. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who's got more mental illness: the people that rage quit Web3 and didn't come back, or the people who actually stuck around, bro. I
Stuck
don't
around.
even know
Definitely
anymore.
the
Stuck
people
around.
that rage
Don't
quit.
play yourself. It's stuck around. We're the ones
Mama
still
didn't raise
eating it.
no quitters.
How many rage quitters you see in this bear market? Like, can you count them on two hands?
No. I got to use my toes, probably somebody else's hands and toes as well, to even scratch the surface of them. Like 70% of the people I follow are inactive. So I don't know.
Are you really in it for real? If you're not rage quitting at some point, be serious. Like, I know you motherfuckers at some point had this like vibe of like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. I know, because I've seen them tweets.
Not never, bro. I'm not no damn quitter. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't
I'm not talking about
really
quitting
jump
proper though.
into it if I don't believe in it. If I was, if I was out here minting Raptors or whatever the hell Tevy was doing, Dino, whatever, yeah, we can rage quit all day. But if I believe in
Man,
it, I ain't going
I
nowhere.
did not even rage quit on that. So that tells you where I'm at. Like,
So he's not a quitter.
nah, listen, I went into my little dinos knowing that I just might end up with just a picture PFP. And I was like, you know what? I like my dino. If it goes to zero, not realizing it was going to zero, if it goes to zero, at least I like this dino. It has Bitcoin eyes, nice little turtleneck, nice brown scales. Could be me if I was a dino. So I was good. I was cool with it.
Bro, as long as you didn't buy Iseki Meta, you got nothing to complain about, okay? I got a
Yeah.
1 of 3, okay?
Look,
Bro, I spent money to drive that floor price to nothing, bro. That's how angry I was. Don't ever become like me.
listen.
Don't ever think it's worth it. It's never worth it, man.
I'm
You gotta dig 2 graves. Had to dig one for my ETH and one for my self-esteem.
gonna tell you something. When people complain about their founders, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Make it real quick. The founder in my little dino project told everybody in that project that, hey, you know what? This is not the right time. We're gonna take a pause. And dude was eating a sandwich on an island somewhere. Just, live streaming, sandals, real comfortable while the project was imploding and just going literally to zero. He's like, yeah, that was my money. I told you you're getting JPEGs. You got JPEGs. Everything I said I would do, I did. So you get the dinos, you get the secondary project that I made a ton of money off of. That's my money, by the way. This is not a community wallet. And he was just eating a little sandwich, like talking with his mouth full of, whatever. And just, yeah, that's how he let everybody know. And he has not been seen since then. So when people complain about founders, I'm like, you have never seen what an actual founder that truly does not give a F like talk to you. Like, man, the man could not be bothered. And
If
he made millions.
if he FaceTime y'all as he's rugging y'all, that's cold blooded.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there is no F's
Cold-blooded.
given. Like, I was actually impressed. I'm like, man, dude is ruthless. But you know what? I did my research and I
Bro,
knew it could go to
I
zero,
was
so I
in
was
a
cool with it.
Discord, and this guy said that if he had to continue the project, he was gonna kill himself, bro. There's despicable fucking people out here, man. They use this shit as their personal Kickstarters. They do absolutely nothing. They get nothing done. And then when you're having fun, they rag on you. That's pretty much the meta here, bro. And then they tell you about decentralized, this and that. And listen, I just need my anonymity for my like fungible tokens, my Ethereum, my Bitcoin, that stuff. Um, and like, this is like for fun and in the interest of like creating stuff and putting it out before taking capital and stuff for me. I don't, I don't get it. We're just always going to encounter these like savages. And then the same people will complain about artists doing open editions. And then they'll rug an entire community of people and make those people their net worth. It's crazy out here, bro. It is absolutely wild.
So yeah, man, it's been much worse.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on what Kuro said because I remember the era of people hating on like Drift and others for putting out open editions. I think that shit was hilarious because this guy like literally climbs like the top of buildings and people are like, "Yo, where's the utility, bro?" And it's like, dude, come on. It's like, can you do what he does? Like literally, just ask yourself, can you even do that? Like, if you can do it, go fucking minute then. But if you can't,
Bro,
I don't
imagine
know.
these people going to a real art gallery and asking them for the utility of the painting on the wall, man.
I think people
Their head is going to end up
unironically
through
do
the
that.
wall
That's the funny part.
by that huge guy that protects the place. That's what's going to happen.
Bro, I've seen people actually do that unironically. There was a guy that was at a Beeple exhibit, and he dead ass came in saying, what about the utility though? And I'm like, can your Twitter motherfucker shut the fuck up? Jesus Christ.
Yo, you know how many times I say that in my head a day? Can you Twitter motherfuckers shut the fuck up? Jesus Christ. No, I like that.
You know how many times I say in my head in a day, what about the utility? That's why we balance each other out, man.
Hey, but can we seriously though? And I want to bring this up as respectfully as possible though. I don't know if the guy that was in the bad take chat was playing or if he was being for real when he was talking about the utility and being treated like as a customer. I had messaged back because I thought it was like a joke, but then when I reread his thread, I was like, oh wait, he's kind of actually serious. Um, is that a common feeling in the community, or is that
Bro, I'm a customer, bro. I come here to buy things. Okay? See, I bought some reptile Air Force Ones, and I flipped them for way more than I paid. And I'm a customer, and I bought other stuff with that money. Okay? That's kind of what happens here.
yeah?
Sometimes you get lucky. You make a little bit of money, and you spend it on some more stuff that you like. It's kind of,
Because what
I'm a customer.
What I was gonna say is, I was gonna say like, if he was serious, I was gonna say like, it's better to think of Artifact as a company, or brand, as Dre likes to say, that is using blockchain technology to offer you exclusive items. That could be digital items, that could be physical items, but that's basically what this is. So if that honestly is not something that you are wanting, I would, as respectfully as possible and not trying to sound like an asshole, I would like really think about like, what do you want out of an NFT project? Because there are projects that will offer you what you want. Now, in my opinion, will that be able to last? I mean, time will tell, but I feel pretty confident in Artifact being able to do what they're currently doing for a very long time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say since we were on the topic.
No, he was definitely dead serious. But I think we just coming to the end of that period where people are saying those things. They still feel that way. There's some people out there who still feel that way. But they kind of just being, it's the end of it. You see that nobody really replied to it after he said it. Like, you got sometimes just let people vent about how they feel. But then Compound or somebody in there said something about if you're looking to go somewhere and get something from a project, it's called a job or something like that. Somebody came back and clapped back up.
No, bro, I said that there's this new project just it's called a job. They're hella utility. They're paying they're paying their people.
But that's what
But
it
that
is.
was not in the. That wasn't even
The,
in the reply
the
to him.
utility is a paycheck.
I mean, exactly. But some people still feeling that type of way. You just gotta let them vent. You know what I mean? Some other people out there still want certain NFT projects to create passive income for them, and we just not at that place. So the people still looking for it, let them look for it. But and if they got something to say, let them go.
It all stemmed from Shadow. Is a lot of people, and him included, is what he was under the impression that Pudgy Penguins was selling toys and the holders were getting the money from the sales. And then that's not how it's working. So what he said was like, take notes, Artifact. And we were like, take notes about what? The holders aren't getting that money, bro. The post said selling their IP to people that are selling products to people like their IP. I'm like, what's different here? People like the IP here and we're buying different products. It's not toys. It's sneakers, clothes. There's literally nothing different here, but that was what it was. He legit was thinking they were getting free money, bro. And that's something that I don't know how deep we got to go into the bear before people realize there's no projects writing checks to their holders. There's no projects that are handing dividends
Yes,
over.
there is. OD Labs. I'm going to interrupt right now and respectfully shield really quickly because there's literally a prize up for grabs and anyone in any community can participate, and that's all I'm going to say because you could do your own research, but OD Labs, you know where to find it.
No, I love OD Labs. What I'm saying is he was talking legit cash in hand to the holders,
Dividends,
not value added throughout other ways.
like
So,
dividend
and I was
investing.
like,
Right.
That's literally what, when I
From
hear all that, it's like people are like, you know what? We want dividend investing from the stock market to come into NFT. And if I buy this JPEG, I should get dividends on a quarterly, monthly, or bi-yearly basis. I'm like, all right, well, there's a whole platform that exists for that. And you can do your research and find these true blue chips in the stock market, dividend aristocrats that will pay you. They never miss a payment. Invest into that, and then you'll get your Web3 dream. Except it's in the Web2, right? That's where you need to go because that is not
yeah.
reality in this Web3
And
world currently.
And they need to understand that these things would have to be like registered as securities and shit. Like there's whole different legalities behind that. There are a lot of projects like OD Labs that are doing dope shit that are providing value back to the holders, but in the form of direct cash, like in hand, is what he was asking for. And I was like, that's a little unrealistic, my friend. There's dope shit on.
There's a Bitcoin up for grabs.
Oh, see, there you go. That's fucking crypto right up for grabs.
But that's a prize, bro. Nobody's paying anybody for holding
I'm getting
any.
shipped a box full of stuff, and I've already been shipped like OD stuff. I've not bought one thing. I've not even bought the asset. There's no asset yet. If anything, I've actually been airdropped an FNIC pass. Like, I'm just saying there are projects doing it like that.
No, you're missing the point. We already went through that in this space. There's been plenty of projects who airdrop many things to their holders. We're talking about a consistent paying financial.
Yes, dividend.
That's not the same thing. Like everybody got airdrops. No, and I'm not. Shout out to OD Labs. Shout out to everyone else who's airdropped things to their holders. We're talking about receiving dividends. There's no one who's doing that. But if OD Labs is paying people for holding shit, we need to talk because what's good?
I don't know if legally in the United States you can do that, but I'm gonna definitely look into OD Labs. So that sounds cool. I'm not talking about what OD Labs is doing is legal. I'm talking about the thing that Dre was saying, dividends and all the other shit.
So you asked the
Yeah, whoever
question.
paying, bro, for I want some of that. Whoever paying, if you know, let me know. DMs are
You
open.
asked the question though, Shadow, of why he was upset. It was because he thought Pudgy Penguins were catching checks, bro. And I was like, no, nobody's getting checks from that. They're creating a business model that brings in revenue to fund the project and further the brand as it is. And there's a lot of people that are doing that. There's nothing different. And he was trying to say Artifact need to take notes on a business model. I was like, wait, what? It's the same business model. It's physical products and the IP and the brand awareness. There ain't nobody getting cut checks from Pudgy Penguins that I
And I
know
might
of.
have to buy a Pudgy if that's the case, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I get dividends from just holding a pudgy.
Well,
You
I
could
think
buy that Justin Bieber NFT. Get your $2 every year.
that's not even available in the United States. That Justin Bieber thing. You gotta read the
Because it ain't registered as a security because it's a dividend basically.
exactly. Yeah, it would make it 100% security. That's why I'm like, no other NFT project will think about doing that. But with with the penguins thing, I even looked into that, and it's certain penguins, if chosen, if your penguin is chosen, then yeah, you'll get kickback. Just like with like Planet X, if the droid gets chosen, you get a kickback. That personally, though, in my opinion, is not something to bank on or to expect because that's going to be like first, you probably either have to have a one of one or just a really nice looking penguin to be like, oh, this is something that, we can market. Because, yeah, I mean, you want to have different or new penguins coming out. So I get where his head was at, but definitely, I would say probably less than 1% of people are getting a kickback from their penguin IP selling good. But go ahead, Cass. Sorry.
No, I was about to jump off, but definitely loving the convo, and I haven't jumped into one of these in a bit, and I think it's just really simple. It comes down to the fun U word that everybody says. It's utility. It's annoying. Nobody likes to hear it anymore, but at the end of the day, people are like, "What do I get out of being here?" Essentially, and sometimes it's going to be access. Sometimes it's going to be digital things that'll get sent to you, and you just gotta, take a look at whatever group or like ecosystem you're in, and if you like it, dope. Fucking stick with it. Enjoy it. I think there's like all sorts of shit that's gonna happen out of Web3 where people are gonna have dope utility and dope access. So it's just, don't go too far. I was definitely one of those people that was screaming about hoping we get like Olympic level athlete treatment from Artifact, but then I joined the team and I'm like, damn, this is probably not going to work if we have to send out $10 million worth of free merch every 4 months. But there's always going to be random things that'll happen, and I think it's always going to be fun to see how people get rewarded, all the way from like smaller brands, artists to up and comers. I think it's super cool what OD Labs and others are doing. I mean, there's 1,000 groups, dude. It's like y'all just gotta. I think Shadow is one. You guys talked a lot about like the Bat Cows, and I had never heard of a group that was doing like red carpet access via like directly like DC Comics. And I'm a nerd, so I'm like, damn, dude, I really just not paying attention to some shit.
And just like to harp on what you were saying, sorry to cut you off, but you're right. There's so many different projects doing different things that is easy to be like, oh, well, why can't you guys just change your whole company, brand, whatever model to reflect this? Because right now, what they're doing seems to be doing well. You know what I mean? I think Artifact is more of they're thinking long term and they're doing the building blocks now, and it would all make sense because it's all coming together. But sorry to cut you off.
Nah, I mean that's 100% it. I think like you just look back at what they've done from the start to now. Nothing's really changed. It's just starting to scale up because they started selling digital sneakers. I think I've said this quite a few times, but I saw them fucking cyber truck sneakers and I hate them, dude. I faded it because I was like, dude, this is just too like. It was too like mid euphoric bull run, and I thought everything had to be a PFP, and I was like, I'm not buying these like digital shoes yet because like I knew there's no sneakerheads here, so it was like, yeah, it didn't click for me until I saw like the actual physicals that they ended up making, and then also seeing CloneX, Akira, and it was just like, yeah, I was sold after that. But it's just a small group that made some really cool collaborations happen. Built off of that has still kept scaling and building, and how they'll keep scaling rewards and other cool access points. I think we'll see, but it's it's a new world. I don't think it's like too scary. I think the fun part is that we're here early enough, and the people who get to hang out here first usually get to find out the cool and dope things before everybody else. And you're helping curate shit that most other people will never be a part of. So it's just, it's just a cool time to be alive. So I'm gonna go enjoy this time in the gym. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Good night. Good day. Adios. Bye.
Hey, Gigi, if y'all out there paying people dividends and y'all ain't let me know, it's a wrap. Square up, cuz on contact.
On site.
You should check out Arc 33 though.
I saw them shipping some big ass boxes today.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
shit
know.
look
I
dope.
think it like
You
says
best believe
heavy, fragile on the side. Got
I'm
So,
Gigi out
refreshing
there
my
tossing
deck.
shit.
Sophie, if you know people's getting paid on the side and you ain't saying nothing, bro, it's on when I see you.
You're in the cabal. You just
Sophie, it's on when I
look
see you.
look at the answers. They're right in front of your eyes.
Just want to see you.
I'm refreshing my FedEx page. Like you guys are refreshing your FedEx page for your shoes tomorrow. I already know some people in New York those are touching down in Manhattan in the morning. So I'll be running around trying to find those CIRLs. But yeah, OD Labs is shipping me something nice. So I'm checking my tracking for that.
Post pictures, Sophie. Share with the timeline.
Pictures. I'm doing full on content. I'm doing like, oh my gosh, just got guys. I'm just gonna say, you need to wait. You need
Shit,
to
what
wait for this one. But
the picture?
SneakerCon is around the corner, so we're gearing up for that too. You know.
She said, "What's a picture? We do video content out here. It's 2023."
Don't you
She's
know the X algo is only pushing video content?
she's full blown
Makes
in
sense.
her content creator era, which is kind of interesting. I feel like to go back a little bit briefly to the whole concept of like quitting thing. I feel like some people, I'm not gonna say they quit. It's more of a they've rebranded, and good for them, to be honest. I'm thinking of one person specifically who started to take TikTok way more seriously in the last few months or so. And wouldn't you know it, they have a platform of well over 100K now. So if you compare that to what's currently going on in the Twitter lands, I kind of get it, to be honest with you. If you know what you're doing and you know how to do it well, take that value elsewhere. It's like the classic quote: if they don't want you at the table, build your own. That type of shit. So from that mentality, I definitely get it. And I'll speak for myself specifically. A lot of what I've been doing, besides documenting what's going on in the space, is really talking to people that are industries that on the surface have no business being in mind. But guess what, though? Like, it's really paying dividend. For one, I caught wind of this company that Martin Garrix started. For those of you that are not EDM heads, he's like a pretty big name in the EDM scene. And he started his own stage company, right? Like called Phantom Labs. And wouldn't you know it, a lot of the, AR, XR, VR type shit we talk about day in and day out, they happen to be hiring people for that. So one thing leads to another, and I make the connect, and I'm talking to an executive over there saying, yo, like, what you got going on? Like, do you know people who know this shit? So I just, make a few phone calls and, fast forward to the next week, they got something going on and they're doing shit at like big main stage EDM shit, and that's cool. But the thing I think people tend to forget is that that industry, I guess if you were to call it blockchain industry, it has far reaching potential in a lot of other places. You just gotta get creative, and you also gotta just get off your own ass and just do shit, like that. To go back to this mentality of like, well, why is my stuff not going to the moon? Well, it's not going to the moon because you're just sitting there. It could go to the moon if you actually took that value with you and made that make sense. But no, you only gotta buy once and just watch number go up. It's like, grow up, dude. Like, you're an adult.
Yo, Wiz said my content ain't working because I'm not even making any. Damn,
Uh,
bro.
I didn't say shit about you, my guy. All I'm
Said, get off
a
my
wet,
ass and make some
a
content.
wet dog, a wet
Uh,
dog gonna holler. That's all I gotta say. But like,
let me ask Sophie a
but
question. Did
go
you
on.
did you
Sorry.
post it on Threads? Did you post it on TikTok and Threads and X?
You know,
When I post something, it goes on it goes on X, it goes on Instagram, it goes on LinkedIn, it goes on Threads, and now it goes on TikTok. And
Did you put?
Artifact liked my post on TikTok, and I have 1 follower.
you have
Oh
one
shit!
follower on TikTok? I find that hard to believe.
I made it I made it today.
Oh,
I
word.
I caved because I actually had that realization last night because Twitter only has 450 million, users, and Meta meaning Instagram and Facebook combined has just under 4 billion. So we're not even talking double, Twitter. We're talking doubles or triples, quadruples. And then TikTok's the same thing as well. TikTok has just under 2 billion. So I was always sus of TikTok, but you know what? You got to follow the people and you got to follow the audience, and the audiences are ready, so I'm gonna reach them.
So, see, what did I say? Like, last time I came in here, like, I forgot which day it was. I was talking about how the Azuki video and, like, the fucking CloneX video went crazy viral on TikTok. Here's why. That's exactly why. Like, bro, numbers don't lie, dude. Like, when you have that sheer amount of people on any platform, it doesn't matter like what gets posted there. If it's good and people care about it, that shit's gonna hit numbers big time. And what I like about TikTok in particular, to be honest, is that the platform actually does the work for you and bring you shit that actually has value. Granted, if you're the kind of person that cares about watching boobies and asses all day, then congratulations, you're gonna see nothing but that. But for me, I can tell you right now, when I'm scrolling on my TikTok, my experience looks something like, hey, here's this new unknown trick about ChatGPT you didn't know about. Or, hey, here's a popular blockchain company that perhaps you might not have heard of. Or, here's this brand new gaming indie game that's about to come out that you should pay attention to. From my vantage point, as someone who does a lot of coverage of these topics, that's huge because I don't have to do as much research at that point, you know?
Just got to get your algo right.
Yeah, my algo is full of mindfulness and emotional intelligence and all that stuff. How do I switch over to the boobies and stuff? How do we get there? Somebody.
I
Fuck you, man, bro. I mean, hey, man, like, live your life. You know, we only live once, and we're like tiny specks of dust on a galaxy somewhere. You know, like, so fuck it, we both.
Bro, I had to just use that little button since I'm not interested in this to completely take that off my algorithm. And my algorithm is completely like conspiracy theories, mindfulness, like Dre's little spirituality, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, nah, that button is a lifesaver, bro. That not interested. Get
Yeah,
this
dude.
shit out of here.
I'll mute like or not interested button on X. Like if I'm seeing thirst traps on X, like here on Twitter, mute or instant like not interested. I'm here for NFTs, bro.
I do the double whammy.
I'm here to lose money,
I
man.
block and
I'm not.
report. You know, because for me, I'm really that aggressive about it. Because I feel like a lot of the, again, like, not to knock on like the Web3 DGen people, but man, y'all pollute the timeline. Literally, I'm sorry, dog. Like, the kind of shit I see y'all tweeting about, I'm like, I would never follow you a day in my entire life. Get the fuck out of here. No offense, but like, Jesus Christ, it's like, I mean, bro,
No
I'm
offense.
dead serious though. Like, if you're gonna shitpost, at least do it properly and make it funny. But you're not even able to do that. So, like, why are you on Twitter for, my guy?
I never heard somebody say you fucking suck. No offense. Like
Right. Respectfully.
I mean,
respectfully,
Let me
fuck
check
you.
and see if Wiz is following me because he might be talking about my
no,
ass.
bro, like, okay, so okay, to set the record straight, if I follow anyone in here, it's one of the things happen. It's either I know you from a space or I know you from a community that I respect. So in this case, CloneX, I know what they're up to. I know they're doing cool shit, and you know, to give a little bit of a shout out to a Lacey over there, bro. I can't say your name properly. I'm so sorry, bro. But Ali down there,
I call him
yeah,
Ali.
Ali down there did like a super dope animation, and I'm like, bro, from now on, anything CloneX related, I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for that. So that makes sense. But I see like Nakamigos, for example, bro. I don't know what the fuck these people are doing over there on that side of the algorithm, but it's the trenches. I do not recommend. 0 out of 10 will not follow again. And that goes the same for the fucking Moonbirds too, low key. Again, I'm sorry, but like it is what it is. But like for me at least, I feel like following people at my current stage, it's really like a very It's a conscious decision. I'm not just gonna follow whatever, whenever, and watch my fucking home feed turn into the latest like shill fest of the day. You know, fuck that. No.
Speaking
Oh,
to that
bro,
point,
what I
I don't
do?
see none of that stuff. I don't see Moonbirds. I don't see Nakamigos. I see a
Oh,
little
you
bit of
follow them?
Degasha.
They
I mean,
follow you back, and then you mute them. You just straight up mute them, man. That's what I do. Bro, do you know how many? I think I have like almost 7,000 muted people. Okay, I just have them muted.
Jesus
I don't even know
Christ.
what they're talking
Could
about. I don't care what they're talking
couldn't
about.
be me, man. Like I feel like maybe for me it's different, right? Because I feel like for me too, a lot of what I think about, I treat people like actual people. You know, I know it sounds kind of paradoxical, but hear me out. The whole point of me being involved in the whole ecosystem of Web3 and whatnot actually is a good way for me to meet people that share similar interests, be it gaming, be it fashion, be it design, be it game theory or whatever else, you know. So what that means is I'll create the opportunity to engage in conversation with people. And the hard part, the hard pill to swallow, you know, very much in line with, you know, my username, Whispill, the hard whiz pill to swallow for a lot of y'all. People don't want to engage with y'all because y'all are hard as fuck to engage with. You know what I'm saying? Your memes are trash. The fucking degen culture shit, it's dead. It's like, dude, an average person seeing your tweets out of context see literally zero value in it. So are you really surprised when people are saying, "Oh, like blockchain is dead"? Of course it is. And actually, I saw a tweet today. I think it was Kuro that made the tweet. Actually, something along the lines of something NFTs are dead or some shit like that. And I made a response to it saying that like Chat GPT did for AI what NFTs failed to do for blockchain. And dude, if you disagree with me on that one, by all means, prove me wrong. You know, show me the facts because clearly something is not adding up here. The math is not mathing. How the fuck, bro? No, be actually serious for a second there. What is ChatGPT effectively when all is said and done? When you strip down all the hype from it, it's literally a fucking chatbot. Literally, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And they were just happened to be the lucky ones to put it out first. OpenAI, that is. So if you were to convert that concept into the NFT space, name me one project, company, whatever that has done that at the same level and scale. I'll wait, please, please, honestly. The only people I know that maybe attempted to provide some level of value and usability to normal average people is Sound XYZ, and that's a niche as fuck kind of subculture. We're talking about musicians. That's really who they cater to, and even for them, it's hard as fuck to gain traction because a lot of the problem that they have right now is that people don't really see the point in paying for music, and can you really blame them when they've been conditioned for like however many years by Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all these other platforms to consume music for free? Of course, they won't really care to pay for it. But yeah, it's just like again, like I'll stand by what I said. Chat GPT did for AI what NFTs failed to do for blockchain. And if you don't agree with me, you know, go cope.
Interesting comparison. It's interesting to compare something that worked with something that didn't work because you can almost put anything in place of blockchain. ChatGPT did for AI what crypto and finance didn't do for blockchain. I think ChatGPT did a lot, but AI's been around since the 70s. I think they've had a hell of a long time to develop AI, but ChatGPT is a chatbot with the language model on the back end. But I do think that we need some more fucking use cases for NFTs, to be honest. There's a reason why I'm in Artifact because the use case of just being able to verify assets on the blockchain is so basic and so simple enough for me to understand. I don't have to think about nothing else. I'm like, wait, I'm just going to verify this shit on the blockchain. I get that. That makes sense, right? Anything you build off of that, I understand the base level of what y'all are doing over here, and I like the shit you're selling. We were talking the other night how that so far might be one of the only real world use cases that I've seen come out of NFTs is the companies that are using it to verify the physical items through RFID chips and shit. That's like one of the few use cases I've seen that has made so much sense to me. And if y'all got other ones, let me know, because that one makes the most sense to me so far.
Did you catch wind of the current Mr. Beast controversy and how he got slammed for shilling like basically an NFT project, but not an NFT project? It's like they were selling ticketed passes that the underlying verification system was done via blockchain, but they were not selling NFTs per se. And when that came to light, people got pissed off, dude. It's kind of hilarious, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw it and I found. I mean, technically it is a NFT, a non-fungible token, and the token represented your past, right? That your past was represented by a token on blockchain. They tried to kind of backpedal and say, but you can't trade it, you can't sell it, so it's not exactly an NFT, but it's not. That's not the case, really. It's still a token on the blockchain, a non-fungible token that just can't be sold. So I get what they're doing, and I supported what they're doing, but I understand why a bunch of people backlashed, right? Because they don't, in their mind, they don't understand whether, and they don't give a shit it can be sold or not. As soon as you throw that NFT word out there, people are like, "What? NFT? That's that shit that people got
It's
scammed
like
on."
saying you got
So
herpes, basically. You don't say that shit out loud, bro. Like, read the room.
nah. But that right there, right, is another good use case that I've always liked. That use case is being just verifiable tokens on the blockchain, and the front end of it could be anything from a pass to access the gamer, or your passes to access a concert or movie or something, like at the base level, right? Just because it's tradable and sellable isn't what makes it NFT. Actually, is just the fact that it's the token on the blockchain is what makes it a NFT. So technically, the gamers, they they should have told them, bro. They should have told them that it's I don't know, man. They should have at least said it's a digital asset using blockchain technology from the get-go, and I think it probably would have went over than them having to find out on their own. What do y'all think? Maybe it's because they found out on their own that it's so similar that they were like, wait a second.
I'll speak on this one, man, because I'm actually a pretty big, in my opinion, a pretty big gamer. There's one thing that annoyed me about that whole thing. There's certain outliers like Asmon Gold and what is their company called? OKTC or whatever the hell. They were the other party along with the main streamer guy. And people like him, pretty much all of them, the problem is they post all these videos on their live streams and on Twitter and on Twitch, all this shit. They talk so much shit about NFTs and they spin it in the most fear-mongering way, like if we allow this, because here's the thing, gamers are not dumb. They know NFT companies and companies period want to put NFTs into their game. But look at even just today with the NBA, the 2K 2024 came out, to like get all the like good players, EA is charging them like $140. And a lot of them are like up in arms about it. They're talking about refunding the game because they paid $79 for the game and now they're paying 140 to get all the like good players. And so here's the thing, like like what I've learned, and I'm kind of on the fence because I know a lot of people always say like, oh, well, collectors and gamers are two different things. Collectors and people who like to collect limited edition things and like to own those things, I feel like those are a more open market to NFTs and things being related and, to blockchain technology. But when it comes to gamers, although there's a lot of tapped market there, and I do believe like, games like Planet X and such that have free to play options can maybe help change the sentiment. But with this that just recently happened and knowing the people that are involved and knowing their content, they hold a how do I say this? They're like NFT God, but for gamers, right? For serious hardcore gamers. When they say things like, if we allow these companies to come and bring their NFTs into the gaming side of stuff, Even if it is not sellable, because that's what Asmongold said. He was like, even if it's not sellable, the fact that we're using this scammy technology is wrong, and you should feel wrong about using it. Like, saying shit like that, man, just tells me these guys are not ready, and they're not wanting to really spend money like that anyways, because they're not collectors. And I'm sorry, most like hardcore gamers, they're like, working a regular job, and they don't have thousands of dollars to spend. So if we honestly want to change the sentiment, we have to do with what they were trying to do: offer blockchain for the data. Don't try to sell them anything. Just offer the technology and show how it can change, and make it free at first. But just this whole situation showed me that even if you're just storing the data on blockchain, gamers going to revolt, and they're going to pull out, and they're going to say, I'm so sorry I was even a part of this, because they feel the technology is scammy anyways. So I don't even know if it's even worth trying to change their opinions. I feel like companies should just do it, and those who are willing to take the pledge or the plunge into the new technology, let them come, and it'll just be a slow but surely thing. That's the only way we're going to change the sentiment. But what they did was they fully backed out. They fired some people, and they said, we're so sorry. We're going to change this whole thing and make it just Web 2. So they're pretty much just walking away from the whole blockchain, whatever. So it's kind of sad, but
They recently update. I saw their press release that they put out was they changed. They backpedaled even more. Bro, it's literally the difference. From what I read, is they're storing the data on the blockchain. The difference, the opposite of what normally happens, is you store it on a centralized server in Amazon Web Services or some shit. Like, but yeah, you're right. As soon as blockchain's involved, people are like, wait a second, that's that shit.
I feel like the main problem with the whole blockchain culture too is that for whatever reason, people on both sides get really preachy about it. And I'm no Jehovah's Witness, but I sure ran into a lot of them. And, bro, would you like it if someone showed up at your door and told you, would you like to hear about your Lord and Savior Jesus today? Or in your own language, would you like to hear about your Lord and Savior Vitalik Buterin? You would hate that shit. Probably. I mean, I'm assuming anyway. Maybe you're one of those people who enjoy having combos with strangers at your door, but I sure as fuck don't. So what that means is it's simple marketing concepts. People don't like having shit shoved down their throats, and they sure as fuck don't like joining cults either. And as a result of that, a lot of these companies, a lot of the faux pas that they make is that they really misread the room here and try to kind of like soft shell shit at people without really doing it. And that never worked, and it never will. What does work though is, again, to go back to my ChatGPT example, it's that I think the real case study I'm pointing at here, it's not so much that ChatGPT is like such a revolution in technology, or that it's doing something crazy unique or whatever. It's just that it's that easy to use, and as a result of that, people will talk about it one way or the other. As a matter of fact, if you go on TikTok and you kind of go down memory lane, because ChatGPT is not that old, right? It's like what, at most 3 months old now, I think. And it's so hilarious, man. I remember like it was yesterday when the first couple of like writer influencers were talking about like ChatGPT, saying, "You won't believe like this brand new tool that you can use for writers." And I'm like, okay, let's see what this is about. And then I hop on TikTok, and immediately, dude, the entire feed was like, "Yo, you won't believe what ChatGPT can do," or like, here's top 10 tricks to make $1,000 this week with ChatGPT. And I'm like, God damn, y'all in love with this shit, huh? And yeah, man, it's just like that word of mouth effect. It's like classic, but it never fails. It doesn't matter if the people that talk about it are in your sphere or not. If enough people talk about the thing is gonna get enough widespread, recognizable features, and as a result of that, it's gonna draw the kind of people that will need to use it. And when it comes to blockchain in general, I I can't really see anything that feels like that, to be honest, Beyond the whole idea of decentralized assets, sure, and databases, sure. Like there's no there's no it's so good kind of moment. I have to tell someone about it that ChatGPT had, and until we get that, it's gonna stay dormant for a long time. So if you're really in this shit, you better stand there knowing that you're gonna be like part of like a select few group of people.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah. It only gets me fired up because I believe in this technology and I know the good that it can do and the problems that it can solve. But the same with me living in Texas, there's some people that are just living in a state of mind where they just don't like change. And I know humans don't like change to begin with, but it's like they don't want things to change and they actually would rather time go backwards. And so it just stifles, innovation and trying to make things better. And with gamers, it's almost like just, I don't know, just a bunch of knuckleheads that are just like, if you even touch blockchain technology, even if it is to hold, because they're not dumb, they actually know what this stuff does, especially the leaders of these like multi-million, like millionaires. I mean, multi-million subscriber, like YouTubers or Twitch streamers or whatever. They will go on these rants and they'll talk about like yeah, like, yeah, they'll tell you that you can't buy or sell it, but if you even just do a wallet, you're opening yourself up to so many scams, dude. And it's just like the way that you're spinning it, bro, like, just shut the fuck up, bro, because you're just stifling, you're fear mongering, even touching blockchain, and that's not what it is. But anyways, I'll just put it to rest. We can talk about some other
Yeah, the
things
only
later.
reason that these creators cared about signing up for something that ended up being NFT is because they're worried about their own bags. Like, if you are so worried about your own bag, then all you got to do is say, yo, I'm happy to sign up with this deal. Is it an NFT? Because I don't do NFTs. Like, if that's you would already know that. If your brand doesn't want to be associated with NFTs, then as a creator, you should know that. So all those creators that are or those influencers that are bitching about that, they, go F them. Because if it was such a high conviction that they didn't want to be with NFTs, then they would have known that going into it. They would have said, "Oh, I don't do NFTs. Is this an NFT?" It's a very simple question, right? Instead, they said, "Oh, Mr. Beast is doing it. I'm doing it too. I'm doing it too. Oh shit, this is an NFT. Wait, do you care if it's an NFT? Influencer B? Yeah, fuck that." And then now they're all against it. Well, dude, you guys are a bunch of idiots to begin with. You know what I mean? They're a bunch of followers. That's what influencers are. Influencers are. We're about to go set some influencers up, on their way at Anaheim, show them what they need to be interested in. They're going to grab the hype and run with it. But I just that whole thing. I got up on stage on Captain's show the other morning, and I was saying the same thing. It's just like, look, if you're so against it, it's a very simple question. Going into the meeting, going into signing any contracts, or going into agreeing to do that, and I don't have pity for people that blame everyone else. I really don't.
Baron, I think from what I read in Bryson's post, it was clear from the start. Like it was in the paperwork that or that blockchain technology was in the background. Like it was not hidden in any way. So if anything, their managers or their talent didn't kind of connect the
Yeah,
dots.
one guy decided oh, I'm pissed it's an NFT. Well, you didn't read. And then
Yeah.
everybody else jumped on board. It's just like it's a joke. Maybe you should just realize that if Mr. Beast, like, do you want to be involved with the man or not? I probably would associate myself with him if I was an influencer. He's had a pretty good success. So I don't know. For me, it's we haven't seen what NFTs can do for the blockchain yet, Wiz. I know you're high on ChatGPT. You can thank a St. Louis boy for that. Everything good comes out of St. Louis. You know that. And but yeah, it's to be seen what happens with NFTs, man.
It's okay.
Hey,
So here's a take for you, Baron. I'm sure you remember torrenting, right? How many people do you know currently talking about torrenting in your general circle? Out of curiosity.
I don't even know what that is.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that kind of.
It's taking music from the internet. Taking music or
Oh,
any type of
torrent.
content. Yeah, torrent. It's taking it from the internet, downloading files,
So
and put it on your computer.
so here's my other, I guess, like hot take. Torrenting won't, so blockchain could run. It's really flat out simple as that in my mind. Because if you go back far enough in history, you'll realize that a lot of the people that were responsible for torrenting actually happen to be the same folks currently being founders in the NFT space. And I specifically mean folks like Vitalik, for example. These guys were very instrumental in making torrenting possible because what torrenting effectively is, it's a peer to peer decentralized file sharing network. Sound familiar?
To
Amen.
what?
So check this out though. AI is great, and AI is gonna do some crazy shit. But I haven't really seen AI use cases that like better people's lives. It adds value in ways that they could use it as a tool. But if we just talk about the underlying technology, blockchain in general, like we all come from first world countries. We don't have problems with our finances. We don't ever have to worry. Like, I mean, we're currently worried about our dollars kind of inflating, but blockchain technology has allowed people around the world to transact freely outside of their government and their government's inflated ass currencies. So I know you're focusing on NFTs and comparing NFTs to AI, but I think that's an unfair comparison because NFTs are so new. But blockchain technology has added plenty of value, in my opinion, to the world. Just banking the unbanked and giving people the ability to transact and kind of control their own finances is bigger than anything I've seen AI do so far. That's huge.
Hey, I just want to jump in. Sorry, I was trying to say this before it went back, but they had no reason to be upset, Baron, because the website was whatever the pass was, mint.gg. That is what the website was. So you had to be just an idiot to think that that is a normal sounding regular Web 2 website and not a Web 3, website. And so, yeah. And also, the dude only found out because I think his manager or somebody on his stream told his manager or something that, hey, just so you know, because he was an avid person who was screaming about hating NFTs. He dogged on it for years during the bull run. And he was like, hey, why is so and so now dealing with NFTs? He whistle blew it. Then OKTC, whatever their name is, there's like a collection of high level streamers. They run a company together. Then they were made aware. Then the whole Web3 was made aware. So if it wasn't for the fact of him even saying anything, none of them would have even knew what was going on. It's just now that they know. But yeah, sorry to take it back, but I do agree with you, Compound. I am an advocate for AI and AR. I hold a lot of different AI tokens, Singularity Net, and a lot of different other ones. I do think that they are two separate entities, but I will say the only real good that I can see so far, because my sister actually, who's in college, yeah, professors and just trying to learn with AI being out there in the wild, there's going to be a generational gap of really, I'm sorry, but just really stupid people. Because AI, there's so many ways to use AI to do your just normal day educational stuff, especially at the college level, where you have those resources to use it that way. So AI is a double-edged sword. It just is. And anybody who says AI is not a double-edged sword, like you're kidding yourself. There's good that it can be used for, like for instance with animation. It can like change the game on animation because it can automate certain things in the background. Same thing with video editing. Those automated things that we used to use day in day, that's honestly the best use case scenario for AI at this current moment. Now, yes, it can be used for pretty much everything else, and I use AI for pretty much anything else too. But we do have to respect the fact that it is, unlike blockchain, it is a very double-edged sword, and it can, I mean, seriously talking here, it really can cripple like an education system, and then we'll see the ramifications of that years later. But we'll see.
To be clear, you're referring specifically to large language models, yeah?
Say it one more
To
time.
be clear, you're referring specifically to large language models, yeah?
Yeah, AI. Well, I mean, but that's just a part of AI. I'm talking about all AIs. It doesn't matter if it's, just the language version or if it is, automated like, code or whatever you want to call it. Just AI in general is a double edged sword.
Yeah, that's a take I can get behind. And as far as the whole blockchain component is concerned, to be honest, to go back to the point I was making about torrenting, here's a little known fact about torrent for me specifically. Because of torrenting, I actually got exposure to a lot of things I would not get exposure to otherwise because via torrenting, I've downloaded PDFs, I've downloaded games, I've downloaded software, basically anything you can think of. And as a result of that, a lot of those skills that are integral to what I do today started out back then, video editing software. Guess where I got that? Torrenting. Photoshop, same thing. And game design engines, like Unreal and shit, same thing. So it's like, for me, it's really been a case of seeing what people use it for and what communities emerge around the thing. That's really the real potential for me specifically because if there's no communities to share that stuff around, then the underlying technology that torrenting enables is basically useless. So when I compare that to blockchain, for the most part, what I have seen is just people just using it to pump their bags up, and I'm cool with it on the surface if it's pumping the bag up for a company that makes sense, but they're just so far few in between. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, all right, any day now. Let me hold my breath and not suffocate. So, and this criticism is not really meant to come across as like uh, mightier than thou, or whatever. It's really just me being so passionately involved and invested in the future of how these things are gonna converge that for me I hold them to such a high standard because again, when it comes to torrenting, it's very interesting to me that something that is decentralized and peer-to-peer essentially fell out of grace and yet is still going strong to this day. And I compare that to what's currently going on in the blockchain space, and it's nothing but the opposite. If anything, people are going out of their way to ban it. Not literally ban it, but definitely socially banning it because doing business in blockchain in some cases will cost you relationships, whether business or otherwise, especially in the creator sphere, if you want to call it that. And for me, it's really been a case of, well, if you either get it or you don't. And you're trying to impose your beliefs on people, that's not the way to go. It goes for the streamers or whoever else that is involved on the blockchain side of things. It's a whole lot of that I observe by and large. It's really people telling other people how they should feel. So perhaps we need a good old fashioned reintroduction of, hey, I know the thing and I have my personal opinions about it, and I'll keep it at that. It doesn't need to be a whole culture war and all over again because guess what? The entire time, who's laughing? It's the fucking 1%, dog. Like the Googles of the world, the Facebooks of the world, and the TikToks of the world, they're thriving and feasting on our data. And we're sitting here bickering about useless bullshit.
Okay, let me jump in and say this, Wiz. You said that the torrents were the things that helped your life grow to where you are today. You learned many of your skills from being able to access those files by using that platform to get the PDFs and the information that you needed to learn in order to thrive today. That's exactly where we are in blockchain and NFT technology. But this is, imagine we're back in 2001, 2002, when all of that really started taking off. We're in the infancy of all of those stages right here, right now. So for you to write it off and say like, oh, we shouldn't be speaking about it. The people who do speak about it, they usually get blackballed socially. They don't want to deal with you if you're dealing with that type of thing. If you remember, back in 2001, it was the same story for the people who did use Napster or torrents or any type of private sharing files, peer-to-peer sharing. It was the same situation. They were blackballing, and they still try to blackball the people who were doing the same things that helped you get to where you are today. We're just at such a premature stage of it all. We're on the front lines of it all. So we're going through the same thing that those people went through back in 2001 and 2023. But give it 20 years, and imagine where we'll be. So I get your point, and I understand the takes that you're making, but we are in the same position that all of the creators of the torrent platforms, the Napsters, the LimeWires, whatever platform you utilize at that time, we're in the same position that they were in back then, right now. So just keep that in mind and keep that same grace available to the people who believe in it the same way that you believe in the torrents, because that's where it will end up.
That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. And again, for me, the the passion that I'm exhibiting really comes from the creator ecosystem and seeing how actually they could benefit from it in so many crazy ways. What's his face? The kid that did the animation. I think DK Motion is his name, right? Like Snoop Dogg bought his work for like $1 million or whatever the equivalent in ETH is, and that's really essentially what sent him to the stratosphere as far as visibility wise, both in the Web 2 space and the Web 3 space. And I've been watching what he does a lot, to be honest, to really see, okay, this is someone who, whether he likes it or not, is a spokesperson for the space, and let's see what he does with his platform. And honestly, I feel like if more people were doing what DK does, the space would be so much further along because, for one, he's not GMing people to death, and for two, he actually makes good shit. And I'm not passing judgment on what other people are making. When I say makes good shit, I mean he has a thing that people know him for. That's what I mean by that, right? Like when you go to his page, he does like animation, and you're like, oh shit, cool. I see where this can go, and I see whether you like blockchain or not. Actually, he made a post about it fairly recently on his story on Instagram. Someone was essentially clowning on him in his comments on a recent post he made of the little animated character that he represents him jumping on the White House, replacing the American flag with, if I recall correctly, an Ethereum flag. So he posted that, and people in his comments were fuming, dude. They were like, "Oh my God, here goes another crypto shell again." And one guy in particular was like, "Hey, I respect your art. I see the talent and all that, but this crypto shit is dead." And then someone responded to him saying, okay, well, what do you want him to do, to stop? And then he responded in turn, as far as I can tell, something that is promoting scams and taking away people's value. I don't see any utility in that, or something along those lines. And I responded to that saying, something scamming people and taking people's value and freedom. Like, what does that remind me of? What exactly has the American system has been doing to people for so long? Like healthcare wise, finance wise, even real estate wise, all of these aspects were basically being taken from people in real time. Even with the inflation right now, to be honest, it baffles me that I go to the grocery store and like a pack of eggs is like twice as much. Fucking anyone here remembers those brownies, like those cosmic brownies? I lived long enough to, yeah, I know, I'm going there. I lived long enough in a time where I used to buy that shit for 50 cents a pop. Now they're 125 a pop, dude, and they're the same size. Matter of fact, they're a size smaller. So I'm sitting here, it's like, bro, you're gonna tell me that this is, promoting scam and all that, but my brother in Christ, who's scamming who in this current economy where a fucking cosmic brownie costs 125? And yes, I'm that pissed off about it, actually, bro.
Well, we're saying the same thing essentially, man. Like
Yeah, he's now
it,
agreeing with what I was saying earlier.
right. You were
You
saying
just
we're all
proved the
saying
use
the
of
same
blockchain.
thing. Right, exactly. And that's the whole point behind we're just at such a beginner stage of it all. And the media has pushed this narrative that what we are doing and the time that we are spending here is full of scams, full of scammers. It's Mr. No. Don't go over there. It's the wrong thing to do. We can't even talk about the term NFTs without people turning up their nose because of the information that they receive from the media. But that doesn't mean it's correct. It's the same situation. Like, again, I'm going to go back to that analogy of you using torrents to help better your life. But that was the worst thing you could be doing in 2001, 2002, 2003. You were the enemy. You were looked at as a thief, and they had put people in federal prisons, or tried to, for people sharing music peer to peer, utilizing those systems. But those same situations help change your life forever, and essentially your family's life or whoever else that comes after you. So have that same type of grace and understanding when you apply your thought process in building up your perceptions of everything that's happening here, because it's essentially the same exact thing, but you're proving the best use case of why it's here. It's not based off of what the media is saying, it's based off of what you know personally to make your situation better, and not only for you, but the citizens around the world.
Yeah, I was surprised. Wiz kind of like full circles right back into the point I was making earlier. I was like, wait a second. He's now saying what I was saying. Okay, so we're in an echo chamber here in the NFT and shitcoin world. Our little timeline is this echo chamber. I do agree with Wiz. It's chaos. There's like, what is everybody doing here? Just pumping their bags and shit. But we all gotta keep in mind the initial like why blockchain was created, the initial reason Bitcoin was created, right? Because of what is happening with the financial system and people's inability to escape that, and giving people the opportunity to self-custody their finances while the government continues to print fucking money out of thin air, tax you on the fake money they just printed. They're going to take 50% of it and tax you on something that ain't even real. Was your whole reason blockchain was created in the first place. So I think you were on the same page here. You're right. The Web3 and timeline is just kind of chaotic, but fundamental blockchain technology, the use case behind it, I'll still stand by as the reason I got in it, right? Because self custody of my finances, self custody outside of the government with my money, my finances. And the reason why they've been trying to ban it or regulate it for 10 plus years, right? Because it's a direct threat to them. It's not because it's dangerous for the people. For your safety, we're going to ban Bitcoin. No, they don't give a fuck about our safety. It's a direct threat to them. They're trying to regulate it. They tried to ban it. Now they're trying to figure out how they can accumulate as much of it as they can so that they can at least kind of control it. Like they're doing everything they can. So we're on the same.
And jumping to the point of using the torrents again. Remember when you first started downloading things, you could get viruses. LimeWire was the worst place to be, bro. In 2001, 2002, everybody destroyed their personal computer at home using LimeWire because there were people who weren't good players within the space. But does that mean the entire space is terrible? No. It's just the players who are utilizing the tools to put that bullshit out there that tore up your mama's computer and had her foot in your ass. It's the same type of situation here. Just because it's certain people who have the GMs or the GNs and who's up now, reply now, all of that stuff that's within this echo chamber. Yeah, it seems like it's terrible, but the overall picture is this is a technology that will change the world just as much as the peer-to-peer sharing changed the world. And it's nothing that anyone can do to stop it. And we see other companies and brands such as Artifact using this technology to change the world in so many different ways, including retail, including community spaces, including the type of groupings that you see here where people come and meet and speak to each other every single day that they necessarily wouldn't have crossed paths if they didn't have this same type of connection here to help build that bridge for them. So we can sit up here and try to put it all under the same umbrella, but it doesn't fit, man. You got to look at it the same way that you're looking at everything else that helped you change your life, the same way that you look at TikTok, bro. You come up here and talk about TikTok every time we hear, and you make great points. But it's also some terrible shit on TikTok. You told me about the boobies and the booties, so you already know it's users out there who can use it as for a detriment to society, and there's also people who are putting great informative content out there for people to open their third eye, to understand what's happening within their countries, to see the information that the media isn't pushing out, right? So can we say TikTok as a whole is terrible because we see a lot of boobies in it? No. It could be used as a tool to help build society as well. So it's the same thing, bro.
TikTok and Twitter have become two of the most important platforms, I think, for humanity right now, right? And this is in my opinion because the way I have my algorithm, right? Every time, all these things that are going on in the world, all the crazy shit that's happening, I'm going directly to the timeline and to TikTok to figure out who's there and who can give me the real information, right? Because I'm not watching the mainstream media. We all know the mainstream media is full of fucking shit. So I go straight to TikTok and the timeline. I'm trying to find somebody who is a journalist on the ground or people who live there that can give me the information I need on what's going on there. And if any of y'all are watching mainstream media anymore, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not getting the right information. You haven't been getting the right information since the 70s. You never have. So now we're in a day and age where we have things like TikTok and Twitter and, not so much the meta stuff. I'm not a big fan of the censorship on meta. TikTok's pretty bad with it too. I've had a lot of videos deleted on TikTok, but it's still the best we got to keep each other informed around the world. And I do believe, not everybody does, that there is a thing called the collective consciousness. And with these tools like Twitter and TikTok, we have been able to inform each other around the world and kind of wake each other up like what's going on in the world, right? Because before it was almost like we were in the dark without social media. The only way you knew what was going on was because of the news. Social media is a tool. There's bad actors on social media, but it is a tool to communicate with people around the world and keep yourself up to date with what's going on. I use TikTok for that exact reason right there, man. And Twitter. If you tell me you're gonna start a gaming league that the back end technology or the back end finances is the US dollar, I'll be like, hell no, I heard there's a bunch of scamming ass politicians that use the US dollar. I heard that shit's a scam. No way, I ain't using that shit. I'm out of the gaming league.
And I don't know if you noticed, Wiz, but TikTok is the Philly of social media.
The
Dang,
Philly.
I don't even.
Did you say that? Bro, this dude is funny as fuck, man. When are you doing a stand-up comic routine? I want to see this shit.
Barrett, my dude, what's up?
Oh, dude, just I don't know if I'm enjoying this conversation or not, but I'm having a good time. I'm learning. I it's not because it's a bad conversation. It's just a little deep for where I'm at right now. You know what I'm laughing about right now? You guys want a little update on the U.S. Open? My evening update. Some MFer suspended the match tonight because they glued their feet to the concrete in the stands and were protesting, and they couldn't get the person off the concrete.
We're tired of assault on tennis balls. Leave the tennis balls alone.
I said to my son, I go, what? I called him to see what was going on in the match. I had this charity event I went to, which was really fire, called Dogs for the Brave. And they give support dogs to veterans. And these dogs are all the food, medical bills, everything's paid for the life of the dog. And then when the dog finishes their journey, the vet gets a new dog. And it was one of the best charity things I've been to. I'm like, ready to give them my life savings, after hearing these vets get up there and talk. But anyways, I called my son and to see what was going on in the match after I got out of there with my wife. And he said, yeah, it's suspended because of some protester. I said, what are they protesting? He goes, I don't know, Dad. He's like yelling at me. I'm like, but seriously, what could they be protesting? But yeah, some MFer glued their bare feet to the concrete, and there was about an hour delay. And now you got two of the best women in tennis facing off right now in Keys and Sabalenka, if anybody wants to turn it on and see some good shit. So yeah, I'm just stoked to be alive. That's all I got.
There's always somebody, man, who's so self-centered that their time is more valuable than the thousands of other people that might be there at the event. Always somebody protesting at a tennis event, bro. What could you be mad about?
Y'all
You
remember?
paid too much for your
Y'all
tickets.
remember that NBA game where they got fucking tackled off the court? That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, they Goldberged her. She tried to run out there and rushed her.
Bro, that tackle was vicious too. The way dude was set up, he knew I was gonna go down, and he basically spear tackled that motherfucker, bro. I was like, damn. Just watching it, my guts felt it.
I don't think they were probably too gentle when they removed this guy's feet from the concrete. You know, I'm assuming that his feet are not in good condition right now. He or she, I don't know what it was.
So wait, like
What you think will happen? You're gonna glue
he
it. It's gonna tear it up, but
he,
it's going
he
down.
glued his actual like feet, like straight up toes and all, or like the shoes.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
cut, I've seen them have to cut the
Yo,
They
Guys
use.
should have used the condom, Johnny.
I've seen them use like industrial glue, bro. They have to cut the concrete out around their hands or feet. Like what?
fuck! You gotta be
Have fun with
dedicated.
those medical
You gotta
bills.
be dedicated to the cause, dog. Cause ain't no way in hell I'm gonna glue my own feet. What the fuck?
No, those people are more than dedicated, bro.
Yo, so I want to know. We had this incredible topic. We've been switching up subjects this entire time, but I want to know how many people actually got their CIRLs, or if anybody here got their CIRLs in today. I know I saw a lot of people on the timeline getting to it. I know a lot of us is like mostly a West Coast
No
people.
joke.
So
Every single thing that I've ever gotten from Artifact, I swear I'm the last person to get anything. I still haven't even gotten like a date update as far as like when it might even be delivered and stuff like that. It's just so funny. Watch them show up after the event.
How many you got coming, Johnny?
I got every pair.
Nice. You got any size 14s, man?
Only my size. That's why I got into this whole thing, right?
Got you. I got you. We still on the hunt.
I saw one homie got today. He got a size 15. Told me they fit true to size. Which is crazy. I didn't even know he was a size 15, but at least they out there in the wild, baby.
Mine are coming tomorrow. Not all of them. They must have gotten like a big lot of like boxes, and then they shipped those, and now they're waiting on another lot or something because it seems like there hasn't been any updates. I don't know. Maybe people got updates today, but I know the people that were waiting last night are still waiting tonight. But it's coming. Don't fret. They're gonna get them on our feet.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm getting mine.
But if everybody's pretty confident that everybody, at least if you're, in the U.S., you're probably going to be getting them before the event next weekend. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
I mean, we'd hope.
I'm ready. Bring them in. Mine says Monday, bro. Monday, Tuesday, maybe.
What
Yeah,
time are
mine too.
you out? I'm guessing like Thursday, Friday, huh?
Friday morning, Friday. Something
Yeah.
like that. Yo, Wiz, how do I implement shoes into TikTok?
Bro, either you're trolling me